Hey there YouTube, it's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today I'm going to do a video about strength stalling in the gym. Why your strength can stall and what you can do to fix it. Let's jump right in. Okay, you're going to the gym, you're working out regularly, and you've been gaining strength, and all of a sudden, you have a week where none of your lifts go up. Well, that can happen to anyone. You can have a couple of off days. It's no big deal. Then you have a second week where your lifts don't go up, followed by a third week where not even your lifts not go up, but they go down a little bit. Okay, now we need to explore something's going on. It's not, you're not having 3 off weeks in a row. Something's going on there. So let's take a look at some of the things that may cause your strength to stall. First of all, are you in a cutting diet? Are you currently losing fat? Is that your goal? If so, strength stalling and small decreases in strength will happen. Now, a lot of you, if you start off and you're a heavier person, or if you're really fat like I used to be, you can gain a significant amount of strength while losing weight. I gained strength while losing weight for probably 7 or 8 months. But I was also morbidly obese and I was completely untrained. I had no real strength to speak of. When you're that new to training, you can do that. You can lose a ton of fat and put on a fair amount of strength. That's normal, but that's only going to carry for so long. Your original strength gains are not all increases in muscle mass. In fact, they're mostly not increases in muscle mass. When you first start training and you're brand new to it, or you've taken so much time off of training that you're essentially new to it, you will make lots of strength gains through your central nervous system, just getting used to lifting again, or if you previously trained a lot and then took a big, maybe 2-3 years you didn't go to the gym, and then you're getting back into it, you have a thing called muscle memory that can kick in, and you can put on strength while losing fat. That's totally possible. But like I said, it's only going to last so long, and eventually that's going to stall. So if you are in a caloric deficit and you are losing weight, sorry, the strength gaining and weight loss at the same time, that's going to be over for you. And now you're to the point where cutting really kind of starts to suck, because you are fighting and you are busting your ass in the gym day in and day out just to maintain. And I know that's a horrible feeling, to go in week after week just struggling to not move down, but that's what cutting's like. And that's why you never want to let yourself get so overweight that you have to go on these long extended cuts. If you can keep your cut short, if you never get your body fat so high that you have to do 6, 7, 8 months worth of cutting, you don't have to worry about this problem. So for most of you out there, that's probably going to be why your strength stalls, okay? Now let's take a look at someone who's not cutting. They're actively trying to build muscle and gain strength. So you're eating an adequate amount of food, your weight's slowly moving up. So why are you stalling strength-wise? Couple of reasons this could be. First, let's look at your overall program. Does your program encourage progressive tension overload? Progressive tension overload is basically a fancy word for adding either more weight to the bar or more reps or training more often. Your body's not just going to build strength out of nowhere. If you go into the gym on bench day and do 185 for a 5x5 every single time, you're not magically going to load up 225 one day and hit it for a 5x5. It's not going to happen. You have to progressively overload, and your program should involve that. Again, when you're new, you can pretty much overload yourself every week. You can go in and do 185 on bench, and then next week you can do 190, and next week you can do 195. That's only going to take you so far. Once you've been doing that for a while, you're not going to be able to gain strength like that. That's called linear progression, and it's great while you're doing it. It's mindless. You just add 5 pounds every time you come to the gym. But that's going to stop. And on other kind of lifts, like more isolation exercises like curls and such, even when you're new, you're not going to go from the 20-pound dumbbells to the 25s to the 30s week after week. You need some kind of rep system that's non-linear. And the best way, there are a million schemes for that, and there are several advanced ones, but for most of you guys, you don't need anything advanced. You can do something very basic. So this is what I do even still. Okay, let's use the dumbbell curl for example. Let's say you do 3 sets of 8 are what you do in your program for curls. Well, change it from 3 sets of 8 to a range. Say 3 sets of 8 to 12. So if you go into the gym and then the most you can get, say you do 12, 12, and then on the 3rd set you can only get 8. Well, the next time you go to the gym, try and get 12, 12, and 9, or 12, 12, and 10. So on and so forth till you hit 12, 12, and 12. Once you do that, then you can up the weight and you might only be able to do 8, 8, and 8 the next time you go to the gym. And then you slowly can build up. That way you're not throwing on more weight every single time, you're just maybe adding a rep or 2. And that is progressive tension overload. That's going to cause your strength to go up. It's not just going to magically happen. So your training program has to have that. If you don't have that, you're spinning your wheels. Nothing ticks me off more than people that go to the gym and they have their program or they have their circuit or whatever they do, and they do the same weight every single time. You're not going to make gains that way. You need to tax the body. You need to be adding weight or adding reps, or you really are spinning your wheels. You're wasting your time. Okay, so let's throw that out. Let's say your program is good. It does have progressive tension overload. Now let's look at how your program is set up. How many times a week are you hitting each body part? If you have what I call a bro split, and you do one muscle part a week, like a typical bro split, Monday, International Chest Day, Tuesday, skip legs, Wednesday, shoulder day, Thursday, skip abs and calves, and Friday, arms day, I forgot back day, but whatever, where you're doing one body part a day. And you see a ton of guys do this, and you can make progress on this. Some guys get huge doing these kind of splits, but they're not optimal. They're not even close to optimal, and I feel like you're more likely to stall out doing a split like this. You want to hit all your body parts 2 to 3 times a week. So how do you do that? Well, the easiest is a 3-day total body. That ensures that you hit all your body parts 3 times a week. Very good. If you like to lift more than 3 times a week, there's an upper-lower split where you do 2 days upper body, 2 days lower body, so you're hitting everything twice a week. Or legs push-pull, which is another very popular method. And all of those are going to have you hitting body parts 2 to 3 times a week. So that's going to help you from stalling as well. All right, so your program's good, and you're using progressive tension overload, and you're eating enough to maintain strength gains, and you are still not gaining strength. You're still stalled. What's going on? It's time for a deload. And deloading is something that's so overlooked and so many people just try and skip. Everybody talks about the need for it, but I think a lot of people, even if you know that you need to do it, you convince yourself not to because you think it's taking a week off. And a deload week is not a week off. You're still going to go to the gym and you're not going to lift super heavy weights. Like, you're basically going to take it not much more than your warm-up on every exercise. So, if you bench 225, you might only get up to 185 and then you're done. So you're still in the gym and you're kind of going through the motions. You're not trying to tax yourself. A deload week is just that. You're going to give your central nervous system a break. You're going to give your body a break. When I deload, I go from a 5-day week training to just 3 days. I go to the gym 3 days and I do 3-day total body, just basically up to warm up. You don't want to be going too intense for this deload. It's just 1 week. It's not a wasted week. It's not a week that you're going to lose strength. It gives your body some extra time to recover. It gives your central nervous system some time to recover. And after the deload week, a lot of you will find that the weights that you have stalled on, that will change. You'll be cranking it up again. You'll be able to hit your next set. So that is another great way to try and stop these stalls. Now, if you are doing all that and you are still stalling on a particular exercise, let's use bench for example. I've been talking about that. All right, you just can't hit your mark. You can't increase the strength on bench. What you want to do is take whatever weight you're supposed to be doing. So say you're trying to hit 225 for 5 sets of 5 and you're just not getting it. Take 10% off of that number. So you would take 25 pounds off for 225. your new mark is 200. And you might say, well, hey, I've already done 200. I did that 3 weeks ago. Well, that's where you're starting again. So you can start progressing from 200 to 205 to 210, and hopefully that will let you break through that strength plateau. Those are all my tips for trying to bust through strength stalls. Again, the most important thing you can do to prevent this from happening is to be eating enough. Don't be afraid when you're bulking to gain some weight. That's the idea here. Don't get fat, don't eat, too much, but make sure you are consistently, slowly gaining weight, because if the calories aren't there and if you're eating at about maintenance, it's going to be hard to push through these stalls. But if calories are adequate, please go through these list of things that I mentioned, and that's going to help you break through your strength stall. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions you have, you can ask in the comments below or over on the Facebook page, facebook.com/feedingfitness, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time.